Katy did not like spiders or other creepy crawly things, but she did want to help her friend, so she agreed.
Story bugs.
Hello and welcome to Storytime. I'm really glad you're here with us. We are going to continue in our AlphaPets books with Katy the Kind Koala. And her story is called Katy's Surprise. And this is written by Ruth Lerner Perle, illustrated by Judy Blankenship. Here is Miss Katy. Katy the Kind Koala spends most of her afternoons visiting her AlphaPet friends and neighbors. Sometimes she has a nice friendly chat with them. Sometimes she brings them things they need. And sometimes she lends them a helping hand. In the mornings when the weather is good, Katy loves to run through the meadow, flying her big red kite. One morning when Katy was flying her kite, Nellie the naughty newt came running over to her. "That's a great kite," shouted Nellie. "I want to fly it." Nellie grabbed Katy's kite and started to run. Katy ran after her. "Hey, Nellie, that's not nice. You didn't have to grab my kite. I'd be glad to let you fly it," Katy said when she caught up with Nellie. "I have to go now anyway. I promised to help Lizzie in her garden. Have fun with my kite, but please be sure to return it to me this afternoon." Nellie ran off with the kite, and Katy went to visit Lizzie, the lazy lamb. When Katy arrived at Lizzie's house, Lizzie was leaning peacefully against her garden wall. She opened her eyes and smiled up at Katy. "Hello there, Katy. It's such a beautiful day," she said. "Come sit by me and we'll take a nice snooze in the sun." Katy looked at Lizzie's vegetable garden. It was overgrown with weeds. "This is a perfect day to weed your garden," she suggested. "I'd be glad to help you, and then we can have a nice rest when we're finished." Katy helped Lizzie to her feet, and together they weeded the rows of carrots, onions, spinach, and kale. When all the weeds were pulled, Lizzie looked at the neat rows of vegetables. "Oh, Katy," Lizzie said, "I could never have done all that work without your help. Thank you so very much." Lizzie gave Katy a great big kiss, and they sat down to rest. After a while, Katy got up and said, "I'd better hurry home now. I want to be there when Nellie comes to return my kite." But Nellie did not return the kite. The next morning, Katy said to herself, "Where's Nellie with my kite? I really hope she gets here soon." Katy went down to her kitchen and took a big kettle from the shelf. "I guess I'll make some chicken soup while I wait for Nellie. Then I'll have something to offer my friends when they come by," she said to herself. Before long, Herbie the happy hamster came to visit. Herbie watched as Katy stirred the soup in her big kettle. That soup sure smells good," Herbie said. "I know how to paint and fix things, but I'm not a very good cook." "This soup is just about finished," Katy said. "I'd be glad to give you some to take home." Katy filled some jars with soup and put them in a bag for Herbie. Herbie took the jars. "You're such a good friend," he said. "Thank you for sharing." Herbie threw Katy a kiss and went on his way. That afternoon, Katy went to visit Una the unhappy unicorn. Una was in her bedroom, looking sadly into the mirror. "Hello, Katy dear," said Una, wiping her tears. "I wanted to look especially nice for you today, but my hair keeps falling in my face. I wish I could make my hair look pretty." "Maybe I can help you," said Katy. Katy combed and brushed Una's hair and put it up in big pink rollers. When Una's hair was all combed out, Katy tied a pretty bow on it. "Oh, Katy, my hair looks wonderful," said Una. "You're such a good friend. Thank you, thank you." Una gave Katy a great big kiss. When Katy came home, her kite was still not there. "Nellie must really be having fun with my kite. I won't ask for it back just yet, but I do hope she returns it soon," Katy said to herself. All the next week, Katy continued to help her friends. On Monday, Katy helped Wendy the Wise Woodchuck return books to the library. On Tuesday, Katy helped Tina the Truthful Tiger repair her buggy. On Wednesday, Katy brought Albert the Absent-Minded Alligator a cutting of her very best plant. On Thursday, Katy helped Vinny the Vocal Vulture record his favorite stories. On Friday, Katy brought Perry the Polite Porcupine a gift of writing paper for his birthday. On Saturday, Katy helped Queenie the Quiet Quail finish her quilting. Then, on Sunday, Yori the Yucky Yak said, "I need someone to take care of my spiders and worms while I paint their box. Will you babysit for them? They're so cute, and they tickle when they crawl on your arms." "Well, that is, I guess. I'll try my best, Yori, but please paint the box as fast as you can," said Katy. Katy did not like spiders or other creepy crawly things, but she did want to help her friend, so she agreed. More than a week had gone by, but Nellie had still not returned the kite. A few days later, Katy and Bradley the brave bear were walking in the meadow. "The breeze is perfect for kite flying today. How I wish I had my kite," said Katy. "Then why don't you tell Nellie to return your kite?" Bradley asked. "Well," Katy said, "Nellie doesn't have a kite of her own. Even though I want my kite back, it makes me feel so good that I can help her be happy. I'm always glad to share my things." Bradley and Katy walked along. Suddenly, in the distance, Katy saw Nellie with her kite. Nellie ran toward her, but as she ran, Katy ran toward her, but as she ran, kerplunk, Katy stumbled on a tree stump and fell. "My foot! Ah, my foot!" Katy cried. "I really hurt my foot." Bradley ran for help, and soon they were in the hospital. The doctor examined Katy's foot. "The muscles are badly strained," he said. "You need lots of rest, and don't put any weight on that foot. Don't worry, in a few weeks, you'll be good as new." Well, when the AlphaPets heard what had happened, they all agreed to pitch in and help take care of their dear friend. When Katy came home, Lizzie brought fresh vegetables from her garden. Una came to fix Katy's hair every day. Queenie brought her quilt to keep Katy warm. Wendy brought her books to read. Herbie came with a jar of Katy's own chicken soup. Albert brought a flower that he cut from his plant. Tina offered to drive Katy wherever she wanted to go. Perry wrote a cheerful get-well message every day. And yuck, Yori brought his spiders and worms for visits. Then Vinny stepped forward and everyone quieted down to hear what he would say. "Dearest friends," he started, "I must take this opportunity to say a few words, just a very few words, about our dear, dear Katy. Katy the kind koala, As we all know, Katy has a heart of gold. Yes, indeed, for a long time now she's been helping us out whenever we needed her. It is said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Oh, yes, and what goes around comes around. Now that Katy needs us, we're here by her side, ready to do what we can for her. I believe I can say, and I'm sure you'll agree, that life in AlphaPet Corners would not be the cheery place it is if it weren't for Katy's kindness. We wish her a speedy recovery. Everyone smiled and clapped, including Lizzie, who had just woken up from a short nap. Katy sat up on her pillows. As she was about to thank everyone, she noticed something red flapping outside her window. It was her kite. Nellie had come to return it at last. There was a long yellow streamer tied to the kite's tail that said, "Many thanks, Katy. Get well soon. Your friend Nellie." Nellie felt proud and happy, and Katy's foot felt much better too. And these are some of the K words. It says, kindly learn these words with me. Key, kiss, kale, kite, kettle, kitchen, kilt, kayak. Well, Katy sure is a sweetheart, huh? She was patient and kind, and when she was in need, all her friends came to help. Thank you guys for reading that story with me, and I hope you'll come back for another one. If you guys enjoyed reading that story, would you please click subscribe down below? We read new stories just like this one every day, and we would love to let you know when there's a new story to listen to.